Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you guys how to find and evaluate information. And my topic of research is how education can fight medical misinformation. Okay, so let's start with typing our topic here. I think I've already copied it. No, never mind, something else. How education can fight medical misinformation. Okay, let's select title contains all words. Okay, so it shows journals only, but zero results for the search. Okay, let's click on, maybe it'll show something. Okay. How education can find medical misinformation. Still zero results. Okay, let's try phrase searching medical misinformation in education. Okay, zero results. Okay, now let's go back and try using one search. How education can find medical misinformation. Let's click enter. Okay, so these are the results that one search showed me, but still not what I want. So let's refine my search a little bit more and click over here. Let's see, where's my up right here. So let's click journal article and newspaper article because we are looking for a scholarly article over here. Okay, all right. So standard, no, not what I want because we're still looking for two words in my the topic of the article, education and medical misinformation. Okay, so now here, let's try phrase searching. Medical misinformation and education. Sorry, misinformation. Okay, education alone is insufficient to combat online medical. Let's see if I can find something better than this. No, not really. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, now, before I get into the summary of the article, let's talk about why I chose this article and why I chose this database. Okay, as you guys saw, the other articles didn't really have any information that I needed. If one of them talked about education, the other one didn't really talk about misinformation. And they just didn't fit right, and they were a little too broad. Okay, and why I chose this database, it is because it gave me what I wanted right away. It gave me better search results when I even looked at the other databases before I even started this video. Um, this was the only database that was actually giving my results that I wanted 100%. Okay, all right, let's go get into the summary of this article. So this article is like an answer, or I guess an addition to what Amelia Neymick wrote. She wrote about how education is uh, one of the ways that we can fight medical misinformation. But Dr. Michael, or I guess Dr. Bronstein and Dr. Vinogradov said that education might not be sufficient to fight medical misinformation. Um, like over here, it says not all educational approaches to reducing misinformation impacts are unsupported or potentially misguided. Okay, and it also talks about some of the misinformation that was spread during COVID. Let's see, it is right here. Okay. First one is how the misinformation that was spread in Iran about using ethanol to prevent or cure the infection, which led to precipitated fatal methanol poisonings, and also talks about the false claim that the COVID-19 vaccine contains a microchip and will alter DNA, and it did encourage COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy. We all know that there are a lot of people who are still not vaccinated, and it has created interference with the establishment of herd immunity. The article doesn't just completely disregard that we should just not educate people on misinformation. Rather, it just adds to it and says that there are other steps that we also need to take to actually fight the misinformation uh, and actually make some progress. Okay, So now let's just talk about our publication date and our authority over here. Publication date 18 February 2021. Publication date in these cases is very important because we're talking about a virus, a considerably very new virus. It is always evolving, so anything that is even posted a few months ago could have potentially false information, which was true then, but it's false right now. So it is always important to have publication date so no one gets harmed by it or takes it as right information and potentially can spread misinformation. Okay, author authority. Dr. Bronstein and Dr. Vinogradov. Okay, so we can actually click over here and actually look at both of them. They work in Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences in University of Minnesota, Minneapolis. And if we want to know more about them, we can click over here and go on this link right here. This link opens up to this page and it tells you that Dr. Bronstein is actually a postdoc in psychiatry. That means he has more more freedom in research than most PhD students do. And he graduated from Yale. And let's go back over there. It doesn't really give me any information about Dr. Vinogradov. So we are actually going to copy this. And then we can look her up to see what her authority is. Or what her authority is, sorry. So Dr. Sophia, look, she is an MD. We can see that she works in Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences. She did her residency in Stanford. She got her MD in Wayne University. And she did her fellowship and stuff like that. So now we know that this article is scholarly because it was written by a professor, or I guess both doctor. It was written by both doctors, having expertise in the topic we are talking about. Okay, let's move on to the references that are stated here. Okay, there's 10 references that are stated here. All of them we can see are taken from Google Scholar, meaning most of them are peer-reviewed and are scholarly articles, just like this article is. And their publication date, I went through all of them and wrote down their publication date. To save time, I'm not going to tell all the publication dates, but they all date from 2019 to 2021, and talk about misinformation and COVID-19 misinformation. Okay, and I think quality of references is great. Scholarly, it's peer reviewed. Our article itself is peer reviewed. Okay, now let's go on to if our article is objective or biased. I think this article is objective because it doesn't just say that we should not take education into consideration when talking about misinformation. Because right here it says, we are glad that NIMH has called attention to fight against online health misinformation, which the COVID-19 pandemic has imbued with a sense of urgency. We posted that creative, empirically supported solutions such as the ones we mentioned, when combined with more traditional tools like censorship and education, can make substantial progress in this fight. So I don't think it is really biased. It just adds to the what she had already said. And I think that's about it. Thanks for watching.